What's going on, guys? Ali Nadem here for Shamshir Sound, and today we're going to be going over how to identify the key or the pitch of practically any sample, be it a tom drum, synth, kick drum, maybe an impact, orchestral hit, anything that has some sort of melodic structure. Now, keep in mind, sometimes there's some stuff where you don't really need to be worried about the key. I really don't get concerned about key when it comes to like noise or certain stuff that's very blurred. So some noise, some rides, hats. But a lot of the other stuff like drums and hits and synths, those are important. And I'm going to talk about how you can easily do it. I have a project here, and the project is in D sharp. So let's assume we're going to be making like an electro song that's in D sharp, okay? So that's D sharp. Now, a quick and easy way that I find is that if I don't know what the pitch is, if it's not labeled, and keep in mind, sometimes some stuff that's labeled is incorrect. I've had that very rarely. So always trust your ears. And that's why using your ears is going to be always better than some plugin that detects the pitch. Here we have like a cashmere kick and it's labeled E. So bringing it down 100 cents brings it down to D sharp. That's just a typical pitch adjustment. But the key, the advice is when we hear stuff that is more abstract, right? If we listen to this, it has so much detail in it and we might not know what the pitch is right off the bat. And now my tip for you guys, this is golden, is bring it up all the way. Bring it up a whole octave, plus 1200 cents. Now, when you do that, you can start to play around with it. And if we know that this is D sharp, ba ba da da da, use your voice, ba. See how we got kind of close to it? Duh. And if you're uncertain, is it D sharp? Did we go on D? Did we go on E? Go down and listen again. So listen. So it sounds like plus 1000 is the D sharp. And what we can do is use math. If plus 1000 is D sharp, obviously that's way too high. Go minus 200. So instead of plus 1000, go minus 200. And now we're at D sharp. And it rumbles around D sharp. We can feel that. We can hear it. It sounds like this is correct. So now we've made this orchestra hit, which was originally something like F. We brought it down to D sharp, minus 200 cents. Excellent. So we can apply the same method to this. So here we have another cashmere sweep. Again, there's so much detail there. We don't know. You don't have to always do this, but I find that if you have a lot of stuff that's in your melodic key dyro, a lot of other guys mention this, it tends to work better. It tends to just work more seamlessly. So let's do this. This one's a bit harder. This one's a bit harder to identify. Yep, so we got it. It's plus 200. We know that because D sharp, again, D sharp. If we go to plus 100, it might not be perfect. One might argue, oh, maybe it was less or more, but we've gotten closer to that than just this. But now it's going to be a much more profound effect when you don't have as much convolution, reverb, and stuff like these impacts. So it's going to be much more noticeable when you guys do it to something that might have like a big tail off of like a pluck, big tail off of something. And when you guys do this, so keep in mind, bump it up all the way, adjust it, find it where it is. And if that impact is now at D sharp, but you're at like plus 1100, again, all you guys got to do is just do the math and go to like minus 100 in that case. Or if it was like plus 900 is D sharp, then go minus 300 and you'd be at D sharp again. So you just got to make an offset and correct it so it's back at the same thing, back at the same key. It sounds a bit sophisticated, but once you guys start doing it, you'll get the hang of it. So that's really the tip, is bumping up that octave, bumping up that pitch all the way up, and then making adjustments and hearing where that key is. And it really helps me, especially when I want to make adjustments to impacts or stuff where I want to adjust it. But of course, you don't have to do this all the time. I don't do it to hats. I don't do it to noise. I don't do it to, like, you know, a lot of stuff where it's not necessary. One final thing I'm going to let you guys off with, a little bonus before we end this, is you don't always have to pitch it in the root key. So if our bass line is going to be D sharp, you don't always have to do D sharp for like all your impacts, all your synths, you know, like a voice in the background. You can also put them also on the scale or the chord of D sharp. So if we do D sharp minor, that's D sharp, F sharp, and A sharp. Okay, so you could apply that methodology, but maybe put like a background vocal that's on F sharp or A sharp. And that can help not only to seam your song and it sounds more, you know, glued together because now you're adjusting things with the pitch and they're more in tune. But if you did that, like there's a song I'm working on that's in D sharp, and there's like this arena background vocal that is tuned to F sharp, I believe. So it'll still complement the song. It complements it from a kind of a minor scale, D sharp minor, but it's not necessarily on the root key. So that's my final tip, is that when you're doing that, don't be afraid to maybe pitch it to like F sharp or A sharp, whatever key that you're working in. But this is a great tip that will allow you guys to just go in, you don't know what the key is, bump it all the way up and listen, use your ears and be able to adjust it. And this way you guys are going to get much better at learning the key of certain stuff and just, you know, getting a good feel, kind of like fine wine. You're going to get a good feel of the pitch of your stuff and the tones of the sounds you work in. So that was my tip for you guys. I'm going to continue working on there's a track I'm working on, a big room track. I can't wait to finish it. It's really, really dope, really thick. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like, drop a comment, stay subscribed for some more future videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.